Welcome to another episode of Not Too Deep with me, your host, Grace Helbig. This is very exciting. We have Carly Craig with us today. If you don't know her, get to know her. She's an amazing actress. You might know her from things like Hall Pass, from things like Role Models, and from the YouTube premium series Sideswiped. Also, get ready to find out about the time that she teamed up with Brad Pitt to prank his manager. Wasn't expecting this story, but get ready for this episode of Not Too Deep with Carly Craig.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by our good buddies at Squarespace, who remind you to turn your great idea into a reality with Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're showcasing your work or selling products of any kind. With beautiful templates and the ability to customize just about anything, you can easily make a beautiful website yourself. And if you do get stuck, Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support is there to help. So head to squarespace.com/grace for your free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Not too deep. Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Carly Craig! Hi! Yay! I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here.
Well, we're just talking about internet dating.
Yeah.
I met my current boyfriend on a dating app that I was terrified to use, but got talked into by my good friend, Mamrie Hart, to sign up for, because she was, dealing with the dating app scene, and I'd never used it before. And it was horrifying, but we kind of knew each other beforehand, but had never met. So that's the only reason I felt safe enough to go meet up with him for a drink.
I love that it's dangerous.
But it is that to me. I was making all these plans with people and then finding reasons to cancel them last minute, because I've always had this weird paranoia that I'm going to be kidnapped at some point in my life.
Yeah,
so it's
it could happen. I mean, it happens.
It felt like I was signing up for it directly. But so now your new YouTube series Sideswiped is all about the misadventures of a girl that's discovering dating online for the first time, and this relates to your real life.
Yeah, I was in a relationship for 12 years.
Okay.
And then got out at 35 and was now the dating world's changed.
That's
and
literally what happened to my friend Mamrie, who talked me into it. Exact same thing.
And it's because it's friggin' scary, because you're I didn't grow up with online dating.
Yeah.
It is not. I feel desperate getting on there. I feel like people are going to see me and they're going to judge me. So didn't want to get on, but then was forced on by my friend Dan, co-creator of the show, because he got on and forced me to do that.
Yeah, so,
it's
a good friend.
It became a good story after that.
Yes.
And yeah, I went on and swiped on everybody. I was sort of jumping into the world to research for an idea that we had about me being single and all that, and kind of dating.
Okay, so you went into it with project minded.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, project minded, because I was dating and there were so many stories already. On the show, in episode 4, you'll take out this guy that's the crying guy. Mm-hmm. Real guy. A lot of the stories kind of happened. He started crying when we were making out. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
But yeah. So the dating world in itself was enough to write about. But because it had changed so much and I was so intimidated, I went on Tinder and we swiped on everybody. We got Tinder Plus.
Oh my God.
Probably 1,000 people. I don't even know. So many people. And then the first person I went out with was my fiancé.
First person?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of messages and we had a lot of matches, just on the show.
Yeah.
But I had already gone on all these really bad dates.
Yeah.
And so my first real Tinder date I was supposed to go on a bunch. And in fact, I was going to go on bad ones on purpose, the kind of crazy.
Just to get stories.
To maybe get kidnapped or something and have something to write about.
Here's hoping,
and have Dan behind me following me being don't worry, I'll get you. And so, but then I went out with Zach and now, it worked. Yeah.
And how long ago was this?
2.5 years ago almost.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Mother's Day 2 years ago.
What was the conversation with your fiance about I did this because I wanted to make a show about this?
Right away. Yeah. Not at first. We texted for 3 days.
Okay.
I didn't say anything then because I thought that could be a deal. I don't know. It might be
a red flag
weird,
or something.
A red flag. So we went on the date and I told him almost immediately. I was just so you know, the reason I went on was because of this, but you're not research. I actually liked you from the text.
So, anyone that wants to know, yeah, that's a great line. You're not research.
You're not research.
That's so romantic.
I went on to research, but you're not research. I actually liked you.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys must get free Tinder Plus for the rest of your lives
No,
now.
I paid for it, and no, but Tinder did, like, after the show, after it was written, and we gave them, you know, some of the scripts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In marketing, and we could use their name on the show.
Oh, you could. I was going to
them,
ask, was there any
Yeah.
weird legalese between any of that?
There could have been, and there was with like using their logo on the actual show.
Sure.
When you see, it'll be a different, like you'll see the little thought bubbles come up over the eyes instead
Right.
of the flames, like in the marketing.
Oh, interesting.
So they got to see all the marketing videos, and so they could approve that, but they didn't get to see the show first. And
Okay.
so, you know, because a lot of people think Tinder like produced this because it's like a huge Tinder ad.
Yeah, especially being on YouTube, you always assume that there's a bigger brand deal behind something
it's
you're watching.
Completely not. Like it's, you know, the studio is me and Dan. Like we, you know, it was like there's like nothing behind it. We just went to them after we were already in production and sent them things saying, "Can we use your name?" Instagram.
Wow.
We had to, you know, send them, you know, footage to say, "Can we use Instagram on the show?"
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Tinder was the same as any of those. They had nothing to do
Oh,
with.
that's so interesting. And you've worked like so much, like your resume is insane. Like you've done so much stuff in like traditional, and now even though it's, you know, the lines are blurring between like what is considered traditional now,
Right.
even on YouTube. Is it different for you to put up a series on YouTube and see all these comments and see people's reactions?
Yeah.
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 How's it been?
You know, it can be really great.
That sigh, I fully understand every layer of that audible sigh.
Yeah. The first 2 episodes are free. So those ones, it's just fair game to just go crazy on the comments. And so, you know, it'd be people that don't even watch it sometimes that are just like, "You're not a YouTuber. Like, why are you on our channel?"
Where's
Like, they don't like the
PewDiePie?
original. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we got a lot of hate from that. But there were a lot of people that loved it. And I think once you get like episode 3 and on, the people that actually subscribed
Yeah.
to YouTube Premium and watched the show, like
Yeah.
just sat down and watched it, the comments were great.
That's
but the
awesome.
first 2, and especially the trailer when it came out, oh my God, I was like, are people gonna freaking hate the show? Because they were brutal. They were just like, I was kind of reading them to be funny at first. It was making me laugh. And then
Yeah.
I was like, I think I don't feel good about myself.
You're like, this is funny. This will be cute.
Yeah.
La, la, la. No.
Yeah, I was like reading them out loud to my fiance. I'm like, this is funny. And then I'm like, oh wait, now I feel bad. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, it's I still struggle with where I draw the line on how much self-harm I want to do by reading the comments and how much I want to self-love by not.
You keep going back though, right? Like I
it's a
won't
drug.
read them for a long time, and
Yeah.
then I'll be like, I'll stay off the first 2 because I feel like those ones can be the more brutal ones because they're free and
the
anybody.
people that are the ones that are vested interest, like they're
kinda
going to go
stay.
from 3 on.
Yeah. So those ones are kind of fun because a lot of the show is relatable to people, I think, and so I'll get a lot of people writing to me, but just the comments too of like, "Oh my God, this is me," or "This happened to me." I love those ones because that's like the reason I wrote the show is
Right.
a lot of it's personal, and so I feel like it's gonna be relatable because it's coming from a personal place.
Totally.
But yeah, then you get a couple of the meme ones and
It just,
you can only concentrate on those.
You can read 1,000 supportive comments and then one is like, "Fuck off." And you're like, "Oh God, I should fuck off. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to do
I guess
anymore."
The show is horrible.
Yeah. Well, you have so many amazing cameos and like you said, so many specific characters that were related to your real life. Did you feel weird at all or that like you needed permission from any of the people in your real life to kind of document them in the series at all?
Nah.
No, like, just let it ride.
No, you know, because you'll always fictionalize it in some way that
Sure.
it's not exactly that person. And some stuff is like loosely based on somebody and you sort of mix other people into the character. So it's not exactly it.
Gotcha.
And I'm pretty sure the crying guy was like drunk when it happened. I figured it out later. I'm like, I think he's like a functioning alcoholic. So he may not even remember that he did that. He won't
Right.
even know that's about him.
He'll never find it.
He'll never find it.
It'll be fine. He's crying somewhere else
He's
right
crying
now.
somewhere else. Happily married, I think.
Okay, your mom is a flight attendant, and then your dad plays baseball?
He did. I mean, now he's retired, you know, but he played baseball back in the 70s.
Okay, your mom being a flight attendant, what was that like growing up?
She didn't become a flight attendant till I was 12.
Okay.
So horrible because it's like stay at home mom and then mom lives in New York a lot.
Right.
And I'm from San Diego.
Yeah.
So at first it was like, I remember she like, okay, this is how you do your laundry at like 12. I was just like, you know, when you have a stay at home mom that like, of course, she's a lot like me, you know, she's very independent and probably those 12 years for her were like, I can't wait to get that. She had 4 kids.
Yeah.
But for the 4 kids, it was difficult at first. But
Yeah.
then we got to like fly to Hawaii for free.
That's what I was
and
gonna say.
that made up for it a little bit. You know?
Did you ever have your mom take your daughter to work day where you got to like?
She took me to New York. So she worked the flight. I went to New York with her. I'd never been to New York.
How old were you when this happened?
I was 12. It was like right when she started. It was her first because she was based in New York, so she'd have to fly to New York to start work and then fly wherever she was going to fly.
Oh shoot!
So they had an apartment with like a bunch of flight attendants that I stayed in with them, and so and my parents
like a
were
weird
like
frat
still
house.
married. Yeah, it was a definite like life change for all of us.
Yeah.
But she was really happy, and I think that she needed that to get that job, and she always wanted to do it, and she's really good at it. So went there, and I remember we saw like what are the Rockettes?
Yeah,
we saw the Rockettes, and we saw Aladdin came out in the movie theaters.
Cool.
I'm just telling you how old I am.
Just fully dating all of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. But that must be so fun. I'm sure you treat flight attendants dramatically differently, understanding exactly how your mom handles.
100%.
And is she still?
Yeah. She's a flight attendant. My stepdad, so my parents got divorced early when I was like 20. Well, they got separated when I was like 20 and got divorced later on.
Okay.
But and my stepdad is a pilot, so they met flying.
That's very romantic.
I know. And now they fly around everywhere, and they're like really happy. And she's got her pilot's license now, and so she flies.
Oh God,
Yeah.
there's a story there. Write
They're
that series.
Adorable. Yeah, they're really cute. They flew in like a small plane across the United States together. I'm like, that's a movie.
God, God, that's romantic.
I
as
would never
fuck.
do it,
God
but,
bless them.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 dogs.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, what are their names?
Dylan, Molly, and Angie.
I love human names for dogs.
Yeah.
And who is it? Angie just turned 16.
She did. Yeah.
Do you throw dog birthday parties?
I put a candle in her little food, and that's about it. I didn't sing. Like, I just put, it was more for the Instagram picture, to be honest. It wasn't like she almost burned herself, like smelling it.
I was like,
but I got a great shot.
There you go. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
You gotta do it for the gram.
Yeah, but no birthday parties. No.
God, so she's an old woman.
She's an old woman, but she's rocking her mohawk, and like I took her to the vet and had like the senior test done.
Okay.
She passed with flying colors. She's like doing great. She's got Cushing's, but she's on meds. Like she's
living her best life.
She's awesome. She'll run full speed at 2 steps, right? That we have in the backyard, full speed, and like literally lands her face into the second step 90% of the time, but doesn't stop her from running full speed every single time.
When
like,
she's got pure determination,
Yeah.
and that's inspiring.
I think so. I learned stuff from her.
Dogs can really, truly teach us some of the greatest lessons in life, I think.
I totally agree.
What's it like? I always wonder, one, as just like a, successful actress, I ask everyone that is in that world, like, if you have any standout, like, worst auditioning memories or weirdest auditioning memories. I know we all like to bury them deep, deep down in our souls and not like to talk about them.
I like to black out all the bad stuff.
Yeah, same.
But I did have a commercial audition that it was my last commercial audition. Like literally, I had one today that I'm not going just because of this other commercial audition. It's like ruined it.
So this is fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was over a year ago, but I told them I'm taking a break, and then they got me one for today, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going.
Still not ready. The PTSD is strong.
So I go to this commercial audition, and my hair was dyed blonde from American Housewife.
Okay.
And it was like straightened, and it was new for me, the blonde. I grew up with blonde hair, and then it kind of got brown, and now I'm used to the brown. The guy looks at me and he's like, and this is after I feel like this is my 20th year here, and I feel like I've earned some sort of, I don't know, respect in some way.
You've worked with tons of amazing people. You're on a show, like you're doing
not in
things.
this room though. And so I go in the room, and he's just like, looks at me, and he's like, all right, so, and it's for like a car commercial or something. He's like, so when you get in the car, but like before I do it, he's like, when you're looking out, like just make sure you have some like depth behind your eyes. Cause you kind of have that like Real Housewives of Orange County look. So,
wow.
And I looked at him, and I looked at him like crazy, and he goes, you know what I mean? And I was like, no, I don't know what you mean. Like you're saying I look like I have no depth, and I have to act like I have depth? Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Wow. What a nice man. He seems really like he's totally fulfilled in his daily life.
Yeah, he seemed really happy, and telling me that I think he really enjoyed it. I was just like, I'm going to take a break from the commercial audition for a while.
I haven't commercially auditioned for like 5 years now, just
God bless
because
you. I think it's the right thing to do.
Some of like the most soulless people I've met, and this is not speaking for the whole industry, are like commercial casting directors.
I've met some nice ones.
Yeah,
we'll give them that.
I've met some nice ones, but then like the spectrum of like them being so like bitter at their job is most of them that I've met. And you try to rationalize, like, I wouldn't want that job either. But at the same time, it's like, but we're all humans. So.
Exactly. Like, let me do it first before you say I have no depth. Like, let me see. Let's just see if I have it. Like, don't say it before. Let's just see. We can do another take.
Yeah, there's got to be a different way to phrase something that's going to traumatize me for the next year.
Yeah, you look like a Real Housewives of Orange County. And I've dyed my hair to be on American Housewife, where I'm playing one of the Real Housewives.
Right.
I'm like,
You're like,
I guess I'm supposed to look like that, but this hurts because this is me.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like, I didn't make these choices, and I guess I'm playing my character correctly on this other thing. But ow.
But in real life,
God.
Yeah.
What has been your relationship now that you're like doing this YouTube series and everything? Do you feel any pressure to, I guess, be more on Twitter and social media and Instagram and things like that?
Yeah, and I don't feel like I'm great at it, but yeah, I do feel the pressure a little bit. But
all of us.
I never cave into it. I think though, I feel like I should be doing. In fact, back when we both did a My Damn Channel show, when you were doing Daily Grace, I did a show called Inside Carly. I remember
that's how Jack and I met each other, was on My Damn Channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love My Damn Channel. But I remember them saying to me, you should do get more, do daily videos and watch Grace, watch Daily Grace. And so I remember that's where I knew who you were. I was watching your show, which I loved.
Oh, thanks.
And I was like, I felt this pressure to do that. And I'm like,
don't worry. I only did it because I was contractually obligated.
But you're really good at it. You're really good at it. I watched it and I'm like, I'm intimidated. I can't. And I just
had to get forced to do it because of legalities. But yeah,
really?
It
was so good though. I love Daily Grace. I ended up watching it after that. But then I was like, I can't do it.
I still struggle with social media now.
You do?
Yeah. And how to present myself on it. And what do I even want to do with this? I'm also an adult now. And it's 10 years later and I'm still like, why am I doing this? Am I getting joy out of this? I think so. I'm not totally sure.
The comments. I just end up posting a dog picture or here's me
I love
on
that.
set.
That's as soon as I went to your Instagram, I was like, yes, 80% dogs. This is my kind of girl. I like this.
I've totally been told enough with the dog pictures. I'm like, I can't. What am I gonna do with those pictures? They're so cute. I have to put them somewhere. Otherwise, they just die on my camera.
Do you have anyone that you love following, or anyone that's guilty pleasure follow online?
I mean, I love following funny people. Twitter, I'm not as active. I feel like I'm not as good on Twitter sometimes, but I like to read people. That's where I learn all my news.
Yeah, you're actually very political on Twitter.
I can be, yeah.
No, I think that's really cool. Mm-hmm. And I ask a lot of there's a lot of actresses now that I think I get curious about where, because for me, I want to use a platform with a voice behind it kind of thing. But then it's how much is too much, and where do you draw the line for yourself on that? And I was pleasantly surprised. I was look at all this activism going on.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays especially, I feel really strongly about everything, and I think it's important to voice your. Look at Taylor Swift just did. She got 100-something thousand people to register to vote. So I think that it is important to kind of get that out there and express as much as you can, if you feel comfortable. So I try. I don't think that I'm super political on there or anything like that. Just because. I want to be, but I don't know if I know everything in order to
Same.
But I want to. I'm always I'm thirsty for knowledge, so I'm always reading up on things.
Do you follow dog Instagrams or anything like that?
I follow Noodle the Pit. I follow those three.
I don't know Noodle.
So cute. And I follow the three pit bulls are really cute. I think it's 3 Pitties it's called.
Okay, I don't know this either.
Oh, okay. This one will change your life. That one is 3 pit bulls that just cuddle with each other all the time and lick each other's ears and all that. And then on Twitter, there's one that's Cute Emergency or something, and it's just cute. All animal things. For me, I try, as much as I'll express political things, I try to make the incoming things just be all animal things.
The balance.
Yeah, getting along and a bear and a deer are friends or whatever. That's what I like to.
Yeah, interspecies relationships is a really sweet spot for me. Yeah.
Cute Emergencies has stuff like that.
Oh,
and
gosh.
Dodo is my favorite.
What's Dodo?
The dodo is the best. That one has all the dodo. Yeah, the dodo is
it's an actual dodo.
It's a site.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all animal stuff you'll cry. I cry all the time. I literally am crying. There's a monkey one where this monkey's really old. I'm sure it's an orangutan or something. I don't know. But it's some kind of monkey that's really old and close to death. And it's this person that he had a relationship with years ago comes back because the monkey's not eating anymore. You've seen it. He's not eating anymore. And he's really depressed. And this person comes and his face when he sees the human, literally I cried, like full on crying.
Oh no. Oh,
and then I
no.
cried talking about it later.
Oh,
I was telling somebody and I started crying again.
Oh no.
I
Okay.
recommend it. It's a happy cry because it's sad because the monkey's old, but it's also happy that he's so happy to see that.
It has a connection that's
he's
so
like
pure and
smiling
deep.
with no teeth and his smile is so big. It's just so cute.
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break on that note so I can collect myself and just gasp
you can watch it.
audibly. Yeah, but we'll be right back with more of Carly Craig on Not Too Deep right after this.
Not too deep.
You would be shocked to hear that this episode is brought to you by Squarespace.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that
That's
crazy?
so surprising.
That's nuts.
We love these guys. They've been sponsoring us for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And Squarespace makes it easier than ever for you to launch your passion project.
I know. We're talking, new businesses, showcasing your work, publishing content, selling products, and more. This is the tool for you.
With beautiful templates created by world-class designers and the ability to customize just about anything with a few clicks, you can easily make a beautiful website yourself.
And their powerful e-commerce functionality lets you sell anything online, and they have analytics that help you grow your site in real time.
Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, and there's nothing to patch or upgrade ever.
And buying domains is simple. Jack knows, he's done it.
I have.
And if you get lost along the way, which you probably won't, but if you do, they have a 24/7 award-winning customer support.
Squarespace empowers millions of people. I am among them. I have multiple Squarespace sites because they are just so easy to make.
Humble brag.
From designers to lawyers, artists to gamers, restaurants and gyms, and also Jack Ferries.
And Jack Ferries.
You can turn great ideas into something real.
So head to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial. And when you are ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
That's squarespace.com/grace, offer code GRACE.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by our good buddies at Care Of.
If you don't know, Care of is a monthly subscription vitamin service that delivers completely personalized vitamin and supplement packs right to your door.
Just take Care Of's fun online quiz, which asks you about your diet, your health goals, your lifestyle choices, and find out in 5 minutes what vitamins and supplements you specifically need.
Guys, it's fun. Then your vitamins will get delivered right to your door in personalized, easy to remember daily packs, perfect for a busy on-the-go lifestyle.
Vegan and vegetarian supplement options are available to match your dietary needs.
And your monthly subscription box can easily be modified at any time.
And Grace, you've tried this.
Yeah, they send it to me, and it is personalized, which makes you just feel special when you get a delivery that you're not really expecting, and then it's like a delivery that's also supposed to help with your overall health.
Yeah,
and
specifically for you.
Specifically for me. It had my name on it,
Nice.
which also made me feel more accountable for taking the vitamins
Sure.
on a regular basis. But the cool thing is that you guys can get 25% off your first month of personalized Care of vitamins. Visit takecareof.com and enter GRACE, GRACE.
That's takecareof.com and enter GRACE for 25% off your first month of personalized Care of vitamins.
We are back with more Carly. Okay, so you're from San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
When did you start acting?
I moved out. I turned 18 in June and came here in August.
So you did the cliche, I'm moving to Hollywood.
Yeah. I saw Titanic. Again, aging myself.
Wait, you
I saw
said
Titanic.
that was the reason?
Never thought of it before that. Swear to God. Never did a play. I think I was Alice in Alice in Wonderland in 4th grade because we were told we had
Sure,
to,
you had
And
to.
I think I had blonde hair and they were like, you can be Alice. But didn't care about acting. And then in high school, I saw Titanic 9 times in the theater, and something clicked in my head. If you read my yearbook, it's all about Titanic and going to be an actress. Because after I saw that, I had 6 months left of high school, and I just couldn't. That was it. I was like, I'm moving to LA to go be an actress, meet Leonardo DiCaprio, get married, and live happily ever after.
I feel like it might be the more meeting Leonardo DiCaprio.
There was a lot that. But I was crying so much. I remember being in the theater. It was so crowded. It was before you could now with ArcLight, you can pick your seats before you go.
It came out when I was in 7th grade, and girls in my grade had competitions to see who could see it the most amount of times.
Really?
Because they couldn't go by themselves, so they have to get their parents to pay for things and take them there. So it was I think it got into the teens. That was the competition.
I need people to do that with my show. That would be great. I need competitions.
There's
on how
some
many times you
grassroots
can watch it.
marketing. There you go.
Yeah, so I saw that and was just that's what I want to do. And then graduated and came right up here. Just not knowing anything. Yeah.
That is nuts. Okay, well, so since you've been here since you're 18 years old, What is one thing, because I think one of the most interesting things for people that want to be in the creative industry is like set etiquette. Like being on set is something no one teaches you about ever. And I remember like the first couple of times I was on set, I was just like, where do I go? What happens?
Yeah.
Is there one major thing that you would give as a piece of advice to someone that might end up in that scenario?
I guess, I think the biggest piece of advice is being nice to everybody. Because so when I did Role Models, it was like my first really big movie.
Yeah.
And I remember the prop guy every day would come up and give me my engagement ring. Okay. And we were playing Frisbee. Like I just made friends with everybody, it didn't really matter or whatever. And they ended up getting me a chair with my name on it. Because they said to me, like, they're not used to people being nice to them is what they said. And I remember thinking, because that was my first time on a big set and I was like, what? Yeah. But since now I've been on a lot of sets, it's true. Like there's a lot of people that like, it's like high school. Yeah. They segregate you in groups and like the extras are over here and the director and the actors are over here and the prop guys are here. And it just feels like high school really. So I make an effort to sort of get to know everybody and know their names. And on my show, I did it, and I feel like it changes the set, it changes, and people, will remember you because you're a human being and you're being nice and you're not acting like an actress who's above them or anything like that. And I think that changes, and it also, makes you easier to work with. So I think that's
true. I also think that's just like a good life philosophy too, that in any like setting that
I know it seems like a normal thing to say, but apparently it is not. Like there's a lot of asshole actors. So just don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. I think that's a great piece of advice for everyone.
Learn people's names.
Since you've been out here, has there been a certain person that you've fangirled over in real life ever? I mean, you've worked with tons of people.
Oh, you mean that when I worked with them, was I fangirling?
Either working with them and or just like at a party, at an event or something that you've seen someone and either like embarrassed yourself or like couldn't even get the courage to talk to someone.
Oh, let me think. I mean, I have to think about that. That's got to be. Well, I mean, I worked with not professionally, but I worked with Brad Pitt in like a prank. Okay. So
go on. What?
I had just watched The Secret, right? And remember when The Secret was big?
My mom still tells me about The Secret all the time. I'm constantly manifesting.
I was like, what is The Secret? And I swear to God, somebody sent it to me as a link. Okay. And I watch it and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Think positive. My phone rings. It's like 10 something at night. I used to be a waitress at this restaurant, Manhattan Wonton in Brillstein Gray. Now Brillstein used to come in all the time. And this guy, Mark Ervitz from there, called me. I used to babysit his kid. He was a big manager there. And he's like, hey, I literally just finished watching The Secret. And he's like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm like, I don't know, why? And he's like, do you want to do some improv with Brad Pitt? And I was like, yes, what? Yeah. And he's like, all right. So he likes to, how you've heard he likes to play pranks and stuff. He's with them. His managers are Brillstein.
Okay, yeah.
And so he goes, his manager is going to help him and Angelina find a new assistant. So will you come in as like a fake interview and just make up whatever character you want, but just be horrible. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and I'm like, all right, well, like, tell me about the manager. Like what is she, tell me who she is a little bit. And the only thing that they told me that I really took from it was that she's like huge into like rescuing dogs and like, we drive down the street and like save a dog in the middle of, she's just big on that. On the weekends, she's always at shelters. And so, so I go in the next day and like
this was just a personal prank. This wasn't filmed or anything?
Not filmed.
Oh my God. No. So there's no proof of this. Oh my God.
No, but you could probably ask. I have a letter from Brad Pitt saying thank you for the, So
this is insane.
So I go there to Brillstein and like, I was in love with Brad Pitt. Like
Who is it? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'd flat ironed my hair and I was like, my hair was very blonde. And so flat ironed straight and I was wearing a pink tube top and like a tiny skirt.
Oh my
and these
God.
like high heels. And I had a purse with like a disposable camera in it and like, some pills, like prescription pills, and like 12 pieces of gum in my mouth.
Oh,
and so I walk up and I see Brad, and like this is like I said, I work with people. I don't know what he said. I'm just thinking, oh my God, I'm talking to Brad Pitt. This is the only time this has happened.
First time you've ever seen him in real life.
Oh yeah, never seen him in real life. So I walk up and he's like, perfect. And so the whole thing is to like, I'm gonna meet with Brad Pitt first for like however long. This is what they're doing with the assistants. You meet with Brad Pitt alone, and then you meet with his manager and the assistant, and then another guy there who was in on it. So I met with Brad, and I'm like, all right. I had a flip phone then, and I had a really crazy ringer on it that would go like ring, and then it would go call from, and it was my friend Miranda going, Miranda! And I'm like, I have this really annoying ring. And I told him, I'm like, call me in the middle of our meeting, and that ringer's gonna go off, and I'm gonna answer it whenever she's talking or whatever. And he's like, that's great. And then we talked for like, seriously, like 10 minutes. I remember that part. I don't remember most of our conversation. I was like, this is what I was doing. I was like staring, and people are going to ask what he looks like. They're going to be like, what is his hair like? And how tall is he? So I'm just studying him as he's talking to me. I'm such a weirdo in this moment because I'm not like that with anybody else.
Sure, yeah.
But completely outer body experience in that moment because it's Brad Pitt.
Oh
so we have fun. We're talking about it. He's excited for the prank, and then he leaves, and she's supposed to come in. And I'm sitting there chewing my gum and like popping bubbles and like spinning the gum in my finger. And she's taking forever to come in. I think she sees me and is just like nervous about meeting me.
Like, no, yeah.
And so she finally comes in with her assistant and with the guy that's in on it. And I told the guy to ask me about dogs, right?
Yeah.
Because I know she's a dog person. So we're talking for a while, and she sees my resume, and I put on some fake resume that I was Heather Locklear's nanny. And I just like made it up. And so she kind of like relaxed. This is before Heather Locklear went a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
At the time she read it, and it calmed her down. She was like, oh, she's Heather Locklear's nanny. She must be normal. So she's like, oh, okay. She starts asking me questions. I started off totally normal. Then the guy that's in on it, he's like, so Carly, Brad and Angelina have the kids, and then they have dogs and stuff. How do you feel about that? And I was like, I fucking love dogs. And I like made an effort to cuss as many times as I can because it's unprofessional in an interview. I'm like, I fucking love dogs. My parents, when we were growing up, we had these 2 golden retrievers, these purebreds, and we just like bred those suckers, and neither one of them had to work. We would just sell them. And it was so great because we'd all stay home as a family while we bred these dogs. She was like, to her credit, she was so nice to me. And I could tell she was horrified, but she never said, that's horrific, you crazy person, like nothing, because I'm just talking about it so innocently.
Right.
And so did that, and I think I told her that I give baby massages, that I was a masseuse in my past. And I told her that.
Wait, you give massages to babies, or you give baby-like massages to adults?
Massages to babies, but I like baby massages to adults.
Teeny tiny massages.
Just like no pressure at all. And then I told her, I'm like, I feel like Angelina and I are around the same size. And I'm sure she gets like lots of free clothes sent to her and stuff. Like, who's in charge of that? And she's like, what do you mean who's in charge of that? I'm like, well, who takes care of that? And she's like, nobody. I'm like, that could be one of my jobs. Like I can take care of that stuff. And then she just like, finally at the end, I just said like, when do I start? And she wanted to get rid of me, and I just kept talking. That she starts grabbing like Brad's helmets his bike helmets in the middle of the table. She's just grabbing everything off the table, and her arms are all full of all this stuff from the table. Just like awkwardly like, meeting's over. And
I'm thinking that you're going to steal all this stuff.
I don't know. I think she just was like, there's nothing left to talk about, and I have to get all these things and go. It was very strange.
Oh my God.
So she leaves, I leave. I knew Bernie because he had come into the restaurant that I had gone into, and eventually this was the beginning of me signing with them.
Oh,
this was like because they all heard about it. Yeah. Because she went into the room and asked Brad, like what did you think? Because Brad's like, I thought she was pretty great. I hear this all from Mark, and she says, yeah, if you want to fuck her, and so she's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to cuss on this, but this is all part of the story.
Fucking welcome to.
Okay, good. So she's like, yeah, if you want to fuck her. And he's like, really? I thought she was pretty great. And so, and my phone rang in the middle of it too.
Perfect.
Forgot about that. So while we were, she was talking, Brad had the assistant out there call me, and it went ring, call from Miranda. And I'm like, hold on 1 second. I need to get that. So I answered the phone, and it's her saying something like, are you at the Starbucks? Where are you? And I'm like, I'm in a meeting. I'm going to have to call you back. And I hang up, and I said to her, I'm like, as you can see, I'm available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I never don't answer my phone. Like, I'm making it positive. So I guess they didn't tell her like the whole day. So the entire day she's talking about this crazy girl that came in, chewing everything that I wanted her to see. She saw the pills, she saw the camera. Yeah. She brought up all of the things in all the meetings. And so the next day he sent me a $1,000 gift certificate to Barney's and a little letter.
Wow. Oh my
handwritten
God.
that was like, thanks for the great laugh and performance.
God.
BP.
Wow.
It was pretty cool. So that was the time when I felt that way, when I was like starstruck.
Yeah, that's a very specific starstruck moment. That's insane.
It was so
and
fun.
also just what an insight into Brad Pitt's life that he's got enough time to just like have shenanigans like that.
I know, and not filmed. I'm like, I wish that it was filmed.
I honestly thought, I was like, was this an episode of punked.
It might be, and I just don't know yet. Like it might have already aired. I just haven't heard.
Oh my God, that is so insane.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I mean, how have you not been cast in a movie with him now?
I don't know. I feel like haven't even run into him since then. We got to talk about this.
How long ago was this?
Oh, like 2000, probably 5 or 4 or something like
Wow.
that. When did The Secret come out? It was like then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because they sent me a link. It was like before even people were going crazy. It was like right when The Secret people were talking about it.
Well, I mean, what a big plug for The Secret. It
know,
works.
I know.
Turns out.
Yeah. I had, because what's funny is I had this like list of people I wanted to work with, or the list of things I wanted to do, and he was number 2.
Who was number 1?
It wasn't like a person. It was like goals in life. And one of them was like work with Brad Pitt. And so
done.
Check that shit off. I got to find that list and see what else has been checked off on
right?
it. Yeah.
Maybe we all need to watch The Secret again is what I'm learning. Holy shit. That's pretty incredible.
It was funny.
Okay. Now that you're doing this like series about dating and Tinder stuff, are you getting a lot of messages about people that have like either experienced this or like any relationship stuff? Are people asking for like relationship advice and things like that?
I have gotten that. And then the show, like even though the kickoff of the show is definitely the dating thing. And then when it really gets into it, like my big thing of the show is really about, these 3 women who at the beginning are where they are and kind of their growth and who they are becoming.
Right.
Getting to know yourself before you let somebody in.
Right.
Is the big message, which is the opposite of what you think. I think from it's like a romantic comedy where she meets a guy on Tinder and they which is what happened to me, but
you're like, but the real message is sisterhood, friendship.
Yes. Get to know yourself. So I get a lot, and I wrote a lot about like the gynecologist office happened to me, and
the opening scene.
Yeah, with Sudeikis. I went to the gynecologist and I thought girl doctor was coming in, and then like seriously 40-year-old gorgeous model walked in.
Because that's what hooked me right from the start is I always go to a female gynecologist, and so that's my fear.
Yeah. No, it sucks.
That somehow she's going to be like sick one day and then someone's going to have to replace her. And I was like, oh my God, this is my inner fear happening to someone else.
It was terrible. And the nurse really did forget the thing while he had the speculum in there. And I was just like, in the moment, I'm like, what are we going to talk about when he's eye to eye with my vagina and he's gorgeous and I don't feel like close up ready right now. And it was just like, so I left, like half my brain was horrified and the other half was like, I think this is the first scene of the show. Cause I hadn't written the opening scene yet. I knew I wanted it to be something, relatable and like that.
Kind of shocking, but also fully relatable.
Fully relatable. Yeah.
That's so nuts. Okay. What's the worst way, if you're getting like any of these kind of conversations with people in terms of relationships, that you've heard someone broke up with their significant other?
I mean, I think that texting is pretty bad, just to send a text saying we're breaking up, which I've heard of. I think that's pretty horrible. Yeah. If you're in a relationship.
Yeah, that seems pretty insincere.
Yeah.
Seems pretty much like you're not actually a human being anymore, but you're just literally.
I mean, maybe it's worse if you find out like that they're cheating or something and that's how you break up. Like that's pretty bad too.
Yeah, double down on terribleness. On terribleness. Okay, what's the most tedious errand or chore that you'd like to get rid of in your life routine?
Oh, yeah. The dog feeding is
really?
Like,
do they all get along with each other?
They do. Okay. But it's like, so we give them the honest kitchen.
Oh,
so it's like hot. It's like making oatmeal. Like, so hot.
You're
3
fully
dogs,
cooking for your dogs.
And I have 2 senior dogs, one's 16 and one's 10. So like they're all on meds.
Yeah.
Supplements. So Dylan, the pit bull, who's only 3, but she got like hit by a car or something before we got her. So she's got like a messed up leg. So they're all on something. So the morning routine to feed these dogs is like tons of just like putting supplements into their 3 bowls. And like, it's a whole thing that if I could find a way to make that 3 seconds, or like if they could figure out how to feed themselves, it would be great.
There you go. Evolution.
Yes, I would love that. That's the one thing I want to take away.
If they could just Wolverine themselves and fully heal themselves, that
and
would
then Angie, the older one, I have to like watch her eat because she takes so long and her back legs like slide while she eats.
No.
So I have to like stand there and wait for her to finish so the other dogs don't steal it. And then she always leaves a little bit, so I have to spoon feed her at the end. It's like a whole 10, 15-minute thing that I have to do every day, twice a day.
That's very sweet of you.
Well, my fiance does it too, so he's helpful, but it's I think we both would like them to just figure it out.
Figure it out. Just keep screaming, figure it out.
Yeah.
And then they probably will.
I do, but they haven't done it yet. So I'm hoping.
Okay. Like your character in the show, are you one of those people that needs or wants to be carded at a bar?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Have you had the experience of someone not carding you and you feeling? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it
I've
recently
had them
too.
card somebody in front of me or with me and then not me. And I'm like, what's that about?
Why?
Yeah.
Why not me?
Tell me what about my face is giving away my age? And what about her face is making her seem so young?
Please, I need to know.
Yeah, please tell me.
What are your favorite and least favorite parts of like Hollywood, Los Angeles? Because I feel like that's also what this show kind of encapsulates, like this whole idea of like beauty and, the getting older or younger, whatever it might be.
Yeah. I love Los Angeles. The traffic sucks, but I try to just not ever drive in it.
Thank you
unless
for
I
being
have
here
to.
today.
Yeah. It wasn't so bad today. We'll see how going home is. So I think that's probably the worst thing about Los Angeles is just getting around anywhere. It takes so long.
Yeah.
But the best things, there's so many. I mean, like you can live in a place like I've chosen to live somewhere really quiet that is 10 minutes away from everything that you need.
Yeah.
Where it's loud and fun, and bars and restaurants and all that stuff. But, that's the great thing is you can kind of pick and whatever style you want to live in, it exists here.
Yeah.
And then if you surround yourself with good people, like you don't deal with the thing that people say LA is like the people are so fake and all that.
Right.
It's like my friends aren't. I don't deal with the fake people. I try to deal with the traffic, so it's great.
I don't understand what your problems are.
Yeah, LA is awesome.
What's your take on like party scene LA, like going to events and things like that?
They can be fun, but I like getting dressed up and everything for me is a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
Just I love being at home watching something great.
Literally
that's
same.
my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
So
very much same.
Once I get there, it's usually fun.
Yeah.
But the idea of going every single time, because I have to have a publicist through, with the show and everything.
Sure.
And every one of the events, I'll just be like, do I have to go to this one? Like, how important is this one?
Right.
And then she'll
On
tell
a scale
me.
of 1 to 10.
Yeah, like if I don't go, is it going to be a big deal?
Right. What do you watch?
All kinds of stuff. So like I'm watching Babylon Berlin on Netflix, which is awesome.
Don't know what that is.
It's really good. I highly recommend it. But then it's subtitled. You have to like be in the mood.
Yeah. You could be in
same
the
with
mood
Game
to
of
pay
Thrones.
attention.
I love Game of Thrones. Finally watched all of it. Big, huge fan. My fiance got me into it and I watched it all. We just binged, in a matter of like 2 years, all of it. But then I love watching like The Real Housewives and I love
Don't get me
Vanderpump
started.
Rules.
Okay. Let's go down this wormhole.
Yeah.
Those
are my actual favorites. And Bachelor in Paradise. And
you're in a safe space. Don't worry. This is literally all I try to figure out how to talk to people about. What's your favorite guilty pleasure franchise? I call them guilty pleasures, but honestly, I have to stop doing that because they're just pleasures to me at this point.
I agree. Yeah. We don't feel good. Vanderpump Rules is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. I love
okay.
it.
Because we had Stassi on an episode here.
Oh, you did?
And it was like watching this like floating Venus walk into the room. And I was just like so nervous about it.
I bet.
Yeah, more nervous than anyone that's come on like that is of actual like helpful to humanity kind of human.
I understand that. She was my waitress, by the way. I went to Sir.
Yes.
And when she was working there, and she was my waitress. And I have to say, she was awesome. Like she was a really good waitress.
She was so cool when she was here that I was like, oh, right, you're people.
Yeah. You're a normal human being. She's funny on the show, though.
She's so funny. And she's now very self-aware that like this is her job now that she's a reality star. And I was like, I really appreciate this kind of like acknowledgement of like where you are in the world of entertainment. Okay, what do you predict for this upcoming season?
I don't know. Like, are Tom and Katie gonna try to have a kid soon? Possibly.
Ooh, I know Jax and what's her face get engaged.
Brittany
get engaged because they've let them. The cool thing is they've let them use their social media now, like more in real time.
Right.
So they all hang out with each other all the time.
I heard they were engaged. Like the Jax thing to me is crazy. Like the whole show is crazy. I mean, like all of them. Like that's why I love it so much.
And kudos to
so
Lisa
crazy.
Vanderpump for being such a savvy businesswoman. Yeah. One, to start these restaurants, and then two, to go, I have a reality show for you, Andy Cohen.
Totally.
Here we go.
Have you been to Tom Tom?
Not yet.
Me neither. I went on Yelp though, just to check it out and see how
reviews.
It's doing. I think it's doing pretty good.
I saw Jerry O'Connell left a review on it.
Of course he did, because he's got a show on Bravo now.
Yeah,
Andy Cohen was like, go to Tom Tom and
leave a review.
It's in his contract.
The inner workings all go together. Oh, I'm so glad you love those shows. It makes me...
It's sad because like when I get home and there's a really good show on the DVR, like that I probably should be like, oh, like I said, I have to be in the mood to watch the other ones.
Like a Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah. I'll be like, am I in the mood to watch Game of Thrones? Even though I love it when I'm in.
Right.
I can be anywhere, anytime, any day. And if I see Vanderpump Rules on my DVR, I am watching it, getting ready. I am like every second that I can get in on that. I am like,
1,000%.
it's in right now.
I could not agree more.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of real people, we're going to take another quick break. And then when we get back, we have internet questions for you, something you're
boy.
familiar with. So we'll be right back with Carly Craig on Not Too Deep.
Not too deep.
You know, Jack, for many of us, the day does not start until we get that morning energy boost. You know what I'm talking about?
I think you're talking about coffee.
Yeah, I am. And now there's a new way to enjoy your daily cup of joe thanks to Cafe Monster.
Available in vanilla, mocha, and salted caramel. Cafe Monster is shaking up the ready-to-drink coffee category with indulgent gourmet coffee that's only 190 calories.
And not to mention with 150 milligrams of caffeine from coffee beans, B vitamins, and coffee fruit extract, Cafe Monster offers a simplified energy blend that contains a third less sugar than the leading national brand.
In fact, it's 100 fewer calories per bottle than the competition, but you'd never know that by tasting it.
Instead, you get all the same feel and flavor as your local coffee house, and you don't have to wait in line, you don't have to interact with other humans.
And they've got 3 great flavors. There's vanilla, there's mocha, salted caramel.
They're all fantastic.
Mocha is my personal favorite. It does taste like chocolate milk.
I could be a vanilla girl on certain days, but
Well,
they're all, I mean, to me, it's just delicious. All of it.
Give it a shot. Try it out. Cafe Monster. Chill it down, shake it up, enjoy.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by Poshmark.
Instead of buying new things, head to Poshmark to shop from millions of closets across America.
Listen to this. Poshmark is the easiest way to buy and sell fashion items. You download the free Poshmark app to shop from tons of brands across women's, kids, and men's.
You won't believe the deals you'll find, like Louis Vuitton bags for $300.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
And shipping is super fast and easy for both the seller and buyer and is handled all through the Poshmark app.
When you see something that you want, simply make the seller an offer and you can get the item that works at a price for you.
Need to clean out your closet? Listing on Poshmark is easy. Upload pictures of your stuff to the app, set a price, and then ship to the lucky buyer. No more waiting in line at your local thrift store just to leave empty-handed.
So Grace, as you know, I have a problem with...
Jackets.
I buy too many jackets.
You have a lot of jackets. I wasn't going to say it.
I have like 7 leather jackets, and this app has been great for just perusing and.
Yeah, you don't have to go store to store. It's all in the app. You can peruse whenever you want.
Yeah.
Also, for me, as the one that constantly gets rid of like clothes because she's bored with them, I don't need to constantly take it to Goodwill. I can actually make maybe a profit off of this.
There
scenario.
you go. Get some of that money back.
Yeah, today you can get $5 off your first purchase when you enter the invite code Not Too Deep when you sign up.
Just download the Poshmark app, sign up, and enter the code Not Too Deep, all one word, for $5 off your first purchase.
Okay, now that we've just had a full 2-hour discussion about every reality show that we love so much, we're going to get into some Twitter questions.
Okay.
Before we do, I'm going to ask you the 2 questions I ask every single podcast guest. And the first is, who, alive or dead, would you most want to throw cold spaghetti at?
Cold spaghetti?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know, maybe like Hitler or something. Throw some cold spaghetti at him.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Yeah. Story checks out. Yeah. I think that's a very fair answer.
Screw you, Hitler.
Screw you, Hitler.
And you couldn't really be arrested for that.
Worth it.
Exactly. The other question I ask every single guest is to tell us your worst pants shitting story or like a close call scenario. But you can only use 3 words or 3 small phrases or kind of a variation. So mine is college, jogging, front lawn.
Okay. Mine is...
Oh, I like that you already immediately have one. That's my favorite thing.
Don't forget.
Yeah. There are some people that have been on the show that don't have anything, and I just think they're lying.
Babysitting, no extra pants. Is that more than 3 words?
No, that's great. Oh, no. Oh, but you, at least in that scenario, you can blame it on the baby?
Yeah.
Sure.
Not really. I always had this fear that they had like I was really young. I always had fear they had like cameras in there because I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Well, no more follow-up questions. Okay, now into these Twitter questions. So I think I know the answer to this, but someone wants to know, do you ever cry while watching dog videos online?
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Dodo all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
But I like that this is so in your brand.
Yes. They know me, that person. They
Yeah. Have you ever posted a video of your dog or dogs that you're like, this is going to go viral. This is perfect. This is going to get everyone.
No, not that I thought they were going to go viral. Like every one of them, I'm like, this is adorable, but no, I don't.
Or do they have any specific behavior that they do that you're like, this is great?
Angie, she does this thing when she eats that she has to put her nose on the ground like 3 times and then touch her bowl and then eat.
She's got OCD.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's crazy.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Maybe she
I don't
is
know why
evolving.
that hasn't gone viral. I think I put that up at some point. It's going to go viral eventually. So now people will see it.
Someone wants to know, who is her go-to Mario Party character?
Mario Kart, like the game?
I think so.
Maybe Yoshi?
Okay.
Dinosaur?
I didn't know if this was something you're into. Do you play video games?
I mean, I have. I'm not like a huge gamer, but I used to play some Mario Kart, and I liked Yoshi.
There you go.
Yeah.
What is Yoshi?
Dinosaur.
A dinosaur.
Definitely a dinosaur.
And gender neutral?
I always thought of him as a boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he's a boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
He was kind of like a horse that Mario would ride around.
A
He's
dinosaur
like
horse.
a baby though, right?
He does seem young.
There was a baby version of him too, I think.
Yeah.
Baby
Oh, okay.
Yoshi.
Baby Yoshi. Yeah.
Maybe
that-
He's just so cute. I like dinosaurs.
Isn't it strange that you can just, based on graphics, think that something's younger than it is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you're like, I don't.
Yeah.
Why is he so baby-like to me? It's a dinosaur.
Wrinkle free.
Someone wants to know your favorite zombie killing weapon.
I watched a lot of Walking Dead, and I like just the knife right in the middle of the forehead.
Yeah,
Just really close.
that's
Just
great
I like the
kill.
noise. I like everything about it.
Wow.
Okay, here's a
Yeah,
question
it's
for you.
brave.
Then. Off of that, is there a show or a movie that's like on your, the secret, if you will, list of things that you wish that you could be part of?
Yeah, Titanic.
Would you be Rose
If they
or
make
Jack?
Well, if they Rose, so I can be with Jack, and if they made it part 2, zombies. Get out.
How is that not been made?
Zombie Titanic.
I
This
mean,
is done, dude.
I don't know how that hasn't been made yet.
I agree.
Where they all rise up like frozen out of the
Yes.
water,
Jack's
and
like,
the band's
I'm here.
still playing. Everybody's so
And
great.
he's like, you let go.
Yeah, we could have both fit on that fucking door.
Yeah, just scoot over.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I don't know how there hasn't been like a Walking Dead, Titanic,
I
Frozen
agree.
zombie crossover.
And if there is,
we're manifesting
Hello?
it, we're putting it out
It's
into
on
the
the list.
ether. I would like to executive produce, please.
yeah. Maybe we get Brad Pitt in it since we're buds now.
Yeah, you clearly are super buds.
We're like best friends.
Someone wants to know, what's your favorite kind of smoothie? This is a very Los Angeles question.
No, I don't know, like a strawberry banana smoothie. Maybe I
Ooh.
go kind of basic.
What's your? I would add on to
Add some
that.
acai berry in it. Is that better?
What's your cliche Los Angeles like Hollywood thing that you can't help but like do on a regular
I'm
basis?
gluten free.
But that's not like a choice. That's like a body thing.
I've been
It's
gluten
very-
free before it was popular, so people would roll their eyes at me all the time. And it's not like a stomach thing for me. It makes my skin break out.
Oh, okay.
I got like tested a while ago, and people
See,
roll
I
their
need
eyes.
to do that.
It's why your skin is beautiful.
No, not my skin. My stomach's fucked.
Oh yeah. You should do it. Well, try gluten free. It might change your life. That's a very LA thing for me to say.
But like you were like, I was gluten free before it was popular.
Before it was popular. But by the way, I'm very thankful that it's popular because all I could eat was like rice bread before, which is
Yeah.
like eating a brick. Now there's all kinds of great things I can eat. It's really easy to be gluten free now.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, get yourself checked, guys.
Get yourself checked.
Someone wants to know, what's your favorite way to waste time?
Watching Vanderpump Rules.
I would fully agree with that.
Number one favorite. Or Real Housewives or any of those shows. Bachelor in Paradise.
I think that's fantastic. Would you ever be on a reality television show?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Hard and fast no.
Hard and fast now.
That's like a very responsible answer.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
no.
think about it sometimes and I also feel definitely no. And then I wonder if I'm ever going to get to that part of my life where it becomes a maybe. And
I'm not going to judge you if you go on one. This is what I would.
I
'cause
couldn't do it.
If I'm playing these characters, I think it's harder to believe them if you see me as
a human, like
a human.
yourself.
Yeah. And also, if I'm on a reality show, I'm going to have to play into whatever they want me to be. If
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy, I'm going to have to go. And it's going to be really
For
hard to
sure.
see me as whatever else.
Yeah, so I guess I was gonna ask too earlier, like, do you have you ever like posted YouTube videos or done anything in that world before having this series on YouTube?
Of just me, I mean, because I did
Yeah.
YouTube videos and stuff of things that I would write and like comedy things.
Yeah, like any of that.
I did a lot of that. Yeah,
Okay.
I would write these songs and they were all like naively disturbing, really fucked up songs. And I would shoot these videos and I would put those on YouTube and Funny or Die and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did Judy Garland having an orgasm, which is it makes sense when you see it. It does. Because if you think about it, like, oh my. Yeah.
Wait, is that so? That's available for people to still watch.
100%.
All right,
that was a user pick on Funny or Die back in the day.
Carly, your range
It's
is
there.
amazing. That's incredible. Oh, I mean, I say bring it back. It's timeless.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are you into ASMR?
What's ASMR?
What does it stand for? Auditory sensory.
I can look it up.
It's basically
I
those
can't
like
remember.
whisper videos. The people being like, "Can you?"
No.
Oh.
It's a hard no. No, it's a hard no.
I'm not into it either. It's a very huge genre of YouTube.
Okay, I listened to Howard Stern and he had a whole thing about that. I didn't know it was called that, but he
Yeah.
was playing them and I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
get it.
I'm with
No
you.
judgment, but
it's
I
a
don't
lot of
get
like,
No, I'm already
like
creeped. Like,
yeah,
I
sounds
weirded
like
out.
that. Yeah.
It's called Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
Yeah. Rolls off the tongue.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
What? Why?
But I guess it's supposed to
It makes
relaxes people.
It makes some people, they get like this tingling sensation.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
well,
guess
that's
yeah,
nice.
similar to like meditation, exercise, massage.
Or like getting like you ever get like that tingly feeling when someone like rubs your head?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh,
that.
yeah. I can give myself chills just scratching the back of my neck. So
Well,
maybe
these-
I would be into this
These
stuff.
So-
people get that just from watching these videos.
Yeah.
I should try. What am I
There you
judging
go.
for? If I'm tingling at the back of my neck, I should watch a little ASMR.
There you go. Okay. Someone wants to know what's your fursona? And then I had to look this up, and it's
Fursona.
based on the furry documentary about the furry fandom. And
my
I was like,
God.
is Carly into furries?
What's a furry?
Oh boy.
I might be. What
Oh,
is
boy.
it?
Oh, we are educating
Oh,
you
boy.
so hard on this show today.
Is it just an animal or is it like
A furry, my very limited understanding is it's people that like to dress up in like almost like mascot-esque furry animal.
Not almost. Actual mascot.
Fully like mascot-esque, like head to toe furry animal
Okay.
costumes, and they have conventions. And
For sexual gratification.
Oh, this
But I
also
thought-
may have been on Howard Stern because this
Oh.
sounds familiar now too.
did you do an interview on Howard Stern?
No, I didn't. I just
Oh.
listened. But
Okay.
but I think he talked about this too.
Yeah,
not that I'm
it's-
promoting.
It's
Howard
not.
Stern. It
I was
seems
do
like
you
it.
work
I
for
learned
Howard
everything
Stern?
from him.
Yeah, it's. I don't know that it's all sexual gratification though.
Oh.
Okay, so
I don't know.
That's new.
But I don't.
information.
I also am so ill-informed on this entire topic, so I am not the person to speak to exactly what the.
I thought
So
they
there-
get dressed up like that and then they have.
That was, I think, the original like misconception about it. I think like the same with like bronies.
I remember
Oh,
that's
okay.
the My Little Pony guys, right?
Yeah. So I think it's more of like a community of people that enjoy this. I think some of it's sexualized. I have no idea. Guys, let us know.
Yeah.
What, but
So
I don't.
anyway, Carly.
Which one is my fursona?
If you had a fursona, which I guess is a furry persona.
I don't know. I'm sure there's like maybe like a unicorn one. Do that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can see myself in that costume. It sounds like fun.
Grace, you'd be the Philly fanatic.
No, I'd be Gritty.
Oh yeah.
Gritty,
the
that
new
grit-
one.
The new
yes.
one.
The new one that's
Flyers.
horrifying, but I love him so much.
Don't on
He's-
John Oliver.
I
that
just
one.
want. Oh God, he's got the best PR person I've ever seen. I've never seen a mascot in my life ever go on this many late night
Yeah.
talk shows.
He was
at all.
terrifying though.
He's horrifying, but he's great. I saw this video of him having a dance off with a Philly fanatic. They're friends. Fanatic dances classically. He dances modernly. It's
This
like
is all canon.
it's very exciting. Yeah, Gritty. I think.
if I could do some research on these furries, I could come up with a better answer. I just need to do a little research. I'll tweet it to you.
Let us know. I mean, I'm saying season 2.
Yeah, I need to see some personalities in these costumes, and then I'll decide which one's me.
Okay. Someone wants to know, what is your second favorite dinosaur?
Oh, well, let's see. What's my first? Okay, maybe a Brachiosaurus.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like the Brachiosaurus.
What's that
second
one?
favorite to the Triceratops?
Okay. Yeah. Triceratops is really
I
great.
always like the Triceratops. I don't know why.
I think they're great. They look like they're wearing like a big, like I don't know.
Like Queen Elizabeth
Headpiece.
or something. Like, the Elizabethan,
It's very cool. This is a great like end Los Angeles questions. What's your favorite way to park?
I'm really good at parallel parking.
Are you really?
Yeah. I like
Humble
to parallel-
brag.
and backing up into a space.
You're
That's
one
my
of those
dad's fault.
people.
It's my dad's fault. I used to make fun of him, but I do it. Yeah.
You
It's
back
so
your
much
car up into a space?
a lot. Mm-hmm.
I watch people do that and I'm just like,
F you.
why?
Yeah.
Why?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's easier to get out.
I understand that.
That's it.
That's it.
There's no other reason.
Okay,
And it's my dad's fault. He was a UPS driver. After he played baseball, he was a UPS driver. And he was like, this is how you park. It's so much easier. So it's ingrained in me. I can't help it. It's like in my DNA.
I think I get perturbed because I'm jealous that I wish I knew how to do it. I think that's
but you have
where
a backup cam now, right? Changes everything.
it does, unless you still don't have like spatial awareness. So that's kind of where I'm limited in my car. But it's
Parallel
giving me all
parking
the...
isn't your thing either then.
No, not it used to be when I had a tiny car. I have a slightly bigger car now, and I'm just like, everyone is safer away.
That's a big deal.
Stay away.
That's a big deal.
Carly, we've reached the end of the episode, but before you go, we give every guest for giving us some of their time a personalized fortune cookie. So this is just for you.
Thank you.
Feel free to open it up. You do not have to eat it. I don't think it's gluten-free.
I don't think it is.
No, I'm aware. Let's see what it. There's no fortune. Oh, there is.
Okay, I was like, did we fuck up?
I was like, oh no. Let's see. Oh, there's a long one.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Someone out there has not figured out that Sideswiped is not, in fact, the new Shane Dawson docuseries. I hope they figured out soon, but they like the show nonetheless. Oh, this is a great fortune.
There you go. What a great fortune.
That's awesome.
Carly, where can people find you online? Where can they find Sideswiped if they don't know everything else that you're working on?
Yeah, so Sideswiped is on YouTube Premium. So you just, the first 2 episodes are free, and then you can download or you can subscribe and you get 1 month free, so you can watch all 8.
Amazing.
And then do what you want after that.
There you go. Binge it.
Yeah. And then American Housewife, I'm doing that on ABC. I'm going back for season 3.
Awesome.
I just shot it last week. I'm on Instagram, Carly C. Craig, and I'm on Twitter, Carly_Craig, and then Facebook. Carly
Awesome.
Craig.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Go check
you.
out Sideswiped if you haven't already. And like you said, like Carly said, you can sign up, binge it and then get out of there.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do. Just
saying.
It's up to them to keep you after that. You know what I mean? It's up to them.
There
I'll
you-
bring you there.
That's perfect. Thank you, Carly. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
guys next time on another episode of Not Too Deep. Goodbye.
Too deep, too deep, too deep, not too deep with Grace Helbig.
Cafe Monster is shaking up the ready-to-drink coffee category with indulgent gourmet coffee that's only 190 calories, available in vanilla, mocha, and salted caramel, with 150 milligrams of caffeine from coffee beans, B vitamins, and coffee fruit extract in every bottle. Cafe Monster offers a simplified energy blend that contains a third less sugar than the leading national brand, but you still get all the feel and flavor of your local coffee house. And guys, when I'm telling you these are delicious, I mean it. The mocha tastes like chocolate milk. It's dangerously, dangerously delicious. Cafe Monster. Chill it down, shake it up, enjoy. Not Too Deep is a production of Grace Helbig Incorporated, producer and directed by Jack Ferry.
Producer and editor, Melissa D. Montz.
Writing by Diane Kang.
Production assistance by Katrina Henning.
Post-production sound by Chris Henry.
And an extra special thanks to Flula for the theme music.